boss told me that I needed to stay an additional 2 hours after when I was supposed to clock out so I wouldn't be out of the office until 7 p.m. I wasn't able to complain or else my job would be on the line. After 2 more hours of trying to sell a stupid cell phone gadget that my boss was passionate about, I got ready to leave the office. I was the only intern who got made to stay late, so it meant I also had to turn off the lights and walk from one end of the office to the other. But it wasn't the darkness that bothered me, but rather the complete and utter silence that ran things down this way. As I turned off the lights and started walking across the office towards the exit, I heard a faint voice say out of the back. I turned the lights back on and replied back, "I'll leave the lights on for you." I started making my way out of there. Now that the comms knew I wasn't alone, I heard the voice call out again. "Wait," they said. I hesitated. I could either ask this person what they needed or walk out of there and act as if I didn't hear them. All of a sudden, the door busted open and a man who I had never seen before got out. He was wearing a jacket and had a briefcase as well, looking as if he did in fact have a job here. He introduced himself as Ryan and said that he was new to the company. We had a little bit of small talk as we walked out towards the parking lot. We said bye to each other and he got in my car while I got in with him. Suddenly, I remembered that I had to call my mother about having dinner on Saturday. I sat in my car warming it up by turning the heat on and made plans with my mother, which took about 5 minutes. The weird thing was that Ryan hadn't left yet. As soon as I started to pull out of the parking lot, he did the same. He kept on following me. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want this man who I had never seen before to follow me. But maybe he had something to say to me if he was actually my car. After driving on the highway for about 15 minutes, I got off at my neighborhood's exit, driving down the dark, quiet streets. Due to the snowstorm, it was difficult to drive. Panicking, I spun out and lost control of my car and ended up on the side of the road due to the ice and the fear that I was being followed. I immediately put my foot on the gas in hopes that I would be able to get out of there, but it wasn't working. I was stuck. I looked through my rearview mirror and saw Ryan, along with another man, get out of the car behind me. Realizing the reality of the situation, I got out of my